Hello everybody. Today I'd like to talk about the new Super Mario game that's being created for the Nintendo NX and also discuss about some game design ideas that I think Nintendo might be aiming with this title. At this point it's pretty much confirmed that new Mario game is being created for the Nintendo NX. There is this article released by a British website called MCV that says basically that Nintendo is creating a new Mario game as well as new Pokemon game too, and of course the new Zelda title, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and all these games will come for the NX within its first 6 months. And even though this is just a rumor, there was no official announcement from Nintendo relating to this new Mario game. I think that it's very likely that this rumor is actually true because, if I'm not wrong, Nintendo's new president, Mr. Kimishima, once said in an interview that one of Nintendo's greatest mistakes relating to the Wii U was that the console did not have a good launch lineup during its release time. And he also stated that with the NX, it's going to be different. Nintendo is planning to release the console with a really strong launch lineup. And Mario's one of Nintendo's most commercially successful franchise. I think there's absolutely no reason why Nintendo isn't creating a new Mario game right now for the NX. And even Miyamoto said in an interview to IGN during E3 that a new Mario game might be released in the next 1 or 2 years. And very interestingly, in the same interview, Miyamoto also hints that just like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is breaking lots of old conventions of the Zelda franchise, this new Mario title might in some way be reinventing some conventions of the older Mario games too. And from now on, everything I say is just speculation. There's absolutely no official information regarding to this new Mario game. But I think there are some good reasons why this title might in some way use some of the ideas that I will discuss in this video. And the first thing that I believe that this game will differ from the other Mario games, especially the previous Mario title, Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, is that probably this game will feature a much more free and open world. And the first reason why I believe that is because this is exactly what's happening with Zelda Breath of the Wild. One of the most criticized things in the last Zelda title, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, was that players felt that the world wasn't very immersive at all. It felt very small, very linear, and it just lacked that epic feeling of a vast world with different races, different regions, and cities you could explore and interact with. And to me it seems pretty clear that this time Nintendo is creating all these huge and unprecedented open worlds as a response to the previous Zelda title criticism. So let's head to the last Mario title game, Super Mario 3D World. Despite the game being widely acclaimed by critics and fans, lots of players reported that they didn't feel the game was a true 3D Mario Adventure successor to games like Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Sunshine, because the game lacked the freedom and immersiveness of the older titles. It felt more like a 3D Super Mario World or New Super Mario Bros, if that makes any sense. And I really believe that Nintendo is aware of this, and with this new Mario title, they might as well be responding to this question in some way. And Nintendo is really hugely involved in the development of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They actually spent several months just figuring out how to properly use the game's engine and how to create this really huge and seamless, epic, vast world. And I think that this certainly will influence the production of the other games. They might as well be using this technology and all this knowledge they acquired during the development of Zelda Breath of the Wild in some of their future games. And well, I've seen some rumors that Super Mario NX is going to even use the same engine as Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay, so we basically have all this information that suggests the next Mario game will feature a more open and free world, and that could work in many ways. I believe that a very interesting approach that could work for this purpose is, well, actually goes back to Super Mario 64. One of the aspects of this game that I found most interesting was that the level exploration was not linear. I mean, the main objective of this game was to collect stars, and well, the more stars you had, the more advanced levels you could reach, and well, you basically would repeat this until you had enough stars to access the final boss of the game. And all these stars were spread through the game's worlds in different locations of each world. And in most cases you could actually choose which star to get at whatever order you want. I mean, the world wasn't like a single linear path like we see in Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario 3D World. You were free to choose wherever you want to go in the world. The world was totally free and open. And well, instead of just keep it going forward until you reach the final of the stage, you would actually need to search for the stars. And I think that this was really, really interesting and gave that immersive aspect that I think it's missing in Super Mario 3D World. And I think that this approach also brings that feeling of curiosity and wonder of going to this new place and having to figure out by yourself where to go, and you have to test all the possibilities you find in the stage. You never really know what to expect. And I think that this is kind of missing in the most recent Mario games. They are much more linear and straightforward. And the most ironic part of this history is that this non-linear approach actually seems to be non-intentional, or at least not exactly how the game was intended to be played, because wherever you went through the world, you actually would have to choose which star you would be getting, and some stars were dependent of events that only would happen if you choose the right star when entering the world, like for example the star you would get after beating Koopa in a race on the first world, Bob-omb Battlefield, because unless you choose the right star after entering the world, the star that was intended to be the star from winning the race with Koopa wouldn't appear on the world. But well, in most of the cases, this wasn't the case. You could actually choose whichever star you want when entering the world and search for other stars that are not related to the star you chose when entering the world. And well, this brings back the non-linear and more free approach that I was talking before. And well, another evidence that suggests that Mario 64 was actually meant to be played in a more linear way is that all the other 3D Mario games that succeeded Super Mario 64 followed a more deterministic and linear approach. For example, in Super Mario Sunshine, the objectives of the game was pretty much the same in Mario 64. However, all the shines that you would get by exploring the worlds were determined during the time you would enter in the world, and only these shines specifically would appear in the world. And also all the events related to the shine would only occur when you choose the right shine when entering the world. And well, I think that with Mario Galaxy this got even more extreme, because with Mario Sunshine at least you had the same world to explore, but different events would happen depending on the shiny number you would choose when entering the world. But with Mario Galaxy, almost all the stages were single worlds for each star. So you choose the star and you would actually go to a specific world and specific path just for that star. There wasn't no world exploration. And I think that this more linear and deterministic approach was followed in the game Super Mario 3D World. And well, this time with Super Mario NX, I believe that they are going to intentionally be creating a open world and non-linear game like Super Mario 64 was accidentally. I think that it's going to be more like Banjo-Kazooie actually, because Banjo-Kazooie was a very similar game to Super Mario 64, except for the fact that it was deliberately non-linear, and instead of collecting stars you would collect jiggies, which were puzzle pieces, and you really could choose whichever order you want to collect the puzzle pieces. You would need to explore the world. Well, basically with that, I'm not saying that Super Mario NX is going to be Banjo-Kazooie with next-gen graphics and no Mario instead of Banjo. I'm just speculating that this game might feature some kind of open world approach, and it could be something like Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie were, but it could be different. Maybe there's a chance that, I don't know, you have only one world like Mushroom Kingdom and you need to explore it, just like, you know, there's just Hyrule in Zelda and you need to explore it. I don't know, it could be lots of things, but well, even though I don't know exactly what it will be, I believe that it's going to be more free and immersive than Super Mario 3D World or Super Mario Galaxy. And I also have this feeling that this game plot and history is going to be a little bit different than what we've seen before. I think that maybe it will look more like Super Mario Sunshine in the way that, you know, instead of just being another Mario that explore Mushroom Kingdom, have to rescue Princess Peach, well, there's actually a new villain, and there's actually a new kingdom that was Delfino Island in the case, and well, even the game mechanics were pretty much unique, you know, you would need to use FLUDD to do pretty much anything in the game. And I think that with Super Mario NX, Nintendo might be going in a similar direction, you know, they might be reinventing the game in a way that we've never seen before. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything I discussed in this video, just leave a comment and I'll answer you as soon as possible.